Huh? Other than honey and what else do we get from bees? Can we help the person who is watching to understand this beekeeping value chain?
Yes, thank you. Out of beekeeping, the products that we can get in Uganda right now, we have honey, obviously, we have beeswax, we have propolis, we have pollen, we have bee venom, which is bee poison, that is very instrumental in treating a number of diseases. We also have royal jelly.
Beekeeping. First of all, take us from the beginning, such that we can be able to understand this value chain. Where does someone get started from, or what do you need to do first for as far as keeping bees is concerned? Then we get to the issue.
So keeping bees is what I call primary production. So in order to get into primary production, you need to have a place where you're going to place your hives. When you have that place, you go with somebody who is more knowledgeable than you.
Yeah.
That would be me. We look at your place and see if it would be viable for primary production.
Wow.
After that, we train you, but we prefer a better approach, not just, we don't believe in theory training, we believe in practical training. So we are going to go with you to your site. We set up the hives with you on site.
Wow.
That way, any additional things, we basically help you start your journey. After we have placed the hives, we make sure you know what to do when the hives have been colonized. After the colonization, what do you do? How often do you check the hives? What else do the bees need? Do the hives need? After you have placed them there, do you just sit back and wait, or are there things you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Then after that, how do you harvest? How do you store your honey? Do you want to sell it as honey in comb?
A person who is just back in the village, up country and stuff, and might not be able to reach out to a person like you. The way people have been doing beekeeping, just get a place, get a forest, get your beehives, just put there and wait for a number of months and go there to harvest. What's wrong with that if I just get my beehives, go and put them somewhere?
There's nothing wrong with that. What we are trying to do is, you see, Uganda is estimated to have a production potential of 500,000 metric tons annually. We are only producing a fraction of that because of some of those practices, and that's where we come in. We are trying to teach everybody how to do beekeeping, but do it better, so that there are better yields during the harvest.
Amazing. So first of all, the process. People fear, keeping bees because of some of the hazards that come with them. When I was growing up in the village, once in a while you could be there and you hear bees have killed someone's cows, someone's goats. Bees have, they have killed a person, and we've also had it in news where bees have killed people. So first of all, what are those criteria that someone must follow when they are going to keep bees?
The African bees are actually called killer bees. So yes, there are risks. Yes, they are called killer bees.
Yeah.
So because of their aggressive nature, generally speaking, the African bees are very violent.
So there are bees that are specifically called African bees?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
So because of their violent nature, number one, we advise for bees to be placed at least 30 meters from where people are. Then the second thing is, in order to handle bees, you need protective gear. So we make bee suits, gloves, smokers, basically things that you need when you're handling bees.
So most people do beekeeping as just as a side hustle, or it's just a matter of having 1, 2, 3, 4 hives. What does someone need to do beekeeping as a commercial business?
Of course, you know that with business, it's for trying, it's trial and error. So for me, for somebody who wants to go commercial, I would not advise them to start big. I believe in going big, but start from somewhere and learn. What are you learning from the bees? You see, different areas have different bee behaviors. What is different in your area? What is working for me on my site might not work for you. So you need to know, what do you need, what is available, what resources do you have near you, how do bees react to some of those plants, during what period are you able to harvest, and what yield do you get. Then that helps to inform your future decision to grow the business.
Okay.
Yes.
Amazing. So as a young person, one of the issues that we face a lot is unemployment, and that definitely means that we are short of finances. So how much does someone need to start the beekeeping business?
Depending on where you are, for the rural areas in which we work, we have two options. We train you on how to make the hives, and then you source your materials locally and you make the hives. It is significantly cheaper than buying a hive from Kampala. The other option is we provide microfinance in the form of hives. So you get the hive, we help you to install it, and during harvest, 30% of your harvested honey goes back towards paying for the hive. Then the 70% we pay you cash because we're going to buy the honey from you directly. Amazing. So you don't have to struggle with market.
Amazing. So
but also, for somebody who is starting, you don't necessarily have to go into primary production. Like I said, getting involved in the entire beekeeping value chain has a lot of its advantages, and honey is not the only product that you're going to get. You could actually buy honey from somebody else who is struggling with market, you package it and sell it. Or you could buy propolis and make propolis tincture. You could buy beeswax, buy oil, which we have naturally in the village and we can make locally, and make honey-based cosmetics. So the options are unlimited.
Amazing. Let us come here. So these are over 30 products that are from, bee products. I will not say just honey,
yes,
but from bee products. Kindly take us through the products that we are having here.
So we have a honey-based cosmetics line. Most of the rural communities that we work with, like I mentioned before, have a lot of natural resources. You find people in the villages struggling with chia seeds. We turn the chia seeds into oil. The flowers from the chia seeds are very good. They're a very good source of nectar for the bees. So the bees feed on chia seed oil. We buy the chia seed, the bees feed on the chia seed flowers. We end up buying the chia seeds from you, the ready chia seeds. We turn it into oil that we use as a raw material for our products. Of course, usually it's too much, so we also package it separately. So we have hair care products, we have lip care products, we have body care products, we have honey infused with spices, we have honey infused with peanut butter, we have pure honeys, we have bathing soap, basically the whole cosmetics line.
Amazing. So what does it take for someone to be able to make all these products out of the bee products?
We train you on how it's done so that you do it properly, and we can also help you access market for them.
So any group of young people out there who want to venture into this can be able to reach out to you?
Absolutely.
And give them our training. And how do you think this industry can be able to transform the lives of the young people?
There is a lot of potential in this particular industry, especially for the young people who are getting out of school and are struggling looking for jobs there. If you are committed to this, this is doable. I've been at this for 8 years now, and this is not where we started from. We started with nothing, but every day we have a new product hitting the shelves.
Wow. Amazing. And what are some of those challenges that beekeepers and the whole value chain usually faces?
The challenges are for all entrepreneurs in Uganda.
Wow.
Number one, certification.
Certification from who?
From UNBS.
Why is it so hard?
It is very expensive. if let's say I'm a small business owner and I make, say, about, let's say I package honey and resell, getting a certificate from UNBS to get the Q mark costs over 2 million shillings. You tell me, how am I going to survive if I'm putting 2 million shillings on just certification? We have not talked about rent, we have not talked about packaging, we have not talked about paying the workers, and then distribution, and then URA is also going to come for you.
Wow. I think URSB and URA, they are stakeholders that really need.
URSB is okay. UNBS and URA has really come for small business owners.
Wow.
Sometimes I think their main aim is to put us out of business right now.
For URA?
Yes.
Wow, but they should be supporting the businesses to grow.
When you supply places like supermarket, they don't understand that supermarkets take their time to pay. When they want their money, they want their money. Sometimes they go as you. First of all, getting a tax clearance certificate, it's a whole different ballgame.
So anyway, that's why we have this platform, and we're able to speak out those challenges for the stakeholders to understand. UNBS, URA. I do hope you understand that you shouldn't be the reasons for young people failing to do startups, and for businesses that have been started to also fail because of all those reasons. Instead, I do believe you can work out, modules that can be able to support these startups to thrive and be able to contribute more to the taxes that we Ugandans do pay. So other than UNBS and then the taxes, what are more of the challenges that may be technical, that before someone ventures into this business they need to understand?
Capacity building, especially how to operate a business, I would not call that a challenge per se, because there are very many places where you can get some of these capacity building trainings. Yeah. The problem is our youth are also not very serious, to be honest. Like, the opportunities are available, but they're going to ask you transport. Wow. So that they for them to come and get free knowledge, they want you to provide them with transport.
So you're going to organize a training here, and for the young people to come here and get the knowledge, they need you to pay them transport.
Yes.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
So that is, there are very many opportunities for young people. If it's just capacity building, I would not call that a challenge at all, because I think government has tried, the NGOs have tried. Yeah. There are several projects that enable young people, especially startups. Yeah. There are so many. There's the Stanbic Business Incubator. Beyond the Stanbic Business Incubator, there's a project called NISAT. Yeah. So the opportunities are many. Another challenge is maybe access to funding. Getting money in Uganda is
financing.
Finance is very hard.
Young people, first of all, remember, you cannot go to a financial institution and say, I want a loan.
Because you don't have any leverage. You don't have security. Yeah. So access to financing is is tough. But maybe that could be worked on. I think capacity building is more important than that money. Because let's say you get the money and you don't have capacity building, what are you going to use the money for? So capacity building first, then the money things can come in later. And that capacity building can actually empower you to figure out your business on where to start. Yeah. So the funding really comes for businesses that are somewhere, they have grown and now they need to upscale.
Amazing. So for the work that you're already doing, have you gotten any partnerships or support, let's say from the government or from the Ministry of Agriculture, to be able to support you to make sure that these startups you have can be able to be rolled out and support more young people in different parts of the country?
No, I have not.
Wow.
I have not.
Have you been able to reach out to any institution?
I have not, but I work very closely with the Stanbic Business Incubator. We actually have a project called NISAT, which provides capacity building. It is funded by Stanbic Business Incubator and the Embassy of France. Yes.
Okay, good thing you're on this platform and all the stakeholders are seeing you right now. So if you're out there and you feel you can partner with her to make sure that she can go out and empower more young people, this is what we're looking for. People with knowledge, people with what they can use to give out and share to other youth in this country, such that we can transform this nation. So when it comes to the issue of the market, how available is the market for bee products here in Uganda?
The market for honey is really unlimited, not just in Uganda. I mean, half the time we don't even have enough honey to sell, so market is not a problem.
Wow.
As long as your product is good, the quality is good, market is not a problem.
Actually, talk about the quality. Now, when it comes to the quality of honey and all these products that we're talking about, I'm seeing we have lip products, the lip balm, and whatsoever hair products. You know, so what have you done to make sure that you can have a quality that is on the international standards?
We have our in-house team that does the testing, but of course, like I mentioned, our challenges with UNBS, we are not able to certify all our products.
Wow.
Each individual product require its own personal certification, and really we don't have that kind of money just yet.
So the issue is about the money, not that your products either lack given quality, ingredients. It's just because you cannot be able to pay for certification.
Yes.
That's very sad. That's very sad.
It is.
And I hope we shall have a way out to be able to manage that. So what advice do you have for any young person who would like to venture into the beekeeping business?
I would just say start. The value chain is very long. Find where your actual interest lies and start from there. Start small, but start. You see, the moment you keep putting things on hold, overthinking them, it will take you forever to start. Start with what you have, wherever you are. Start. You see, once you start, it also makes it very easy for people to try and support you. Your friends will want to buy because they're like, this one has been in the struggle, they've been over begging for money, hey, I don't have airtime, this, that. But now when they see some initiative, they're like, if I don't buy his honey, he might ask me for money, let me buy.
And still people who can partner with you, support you.
Yes.
Definitely will come on board when you have started doing something.
Exactly. Some of us who have been in business for some time, we are also available for consultation. You know, we want everyone to grow. We don't want to grow alone, because if we grow together as a team, we grow faster and stronger. Yes.
Amazing. So in the beginning of this show, we talked about bees being one of the agents of us being able to live. That's through agriculture. You said it's 70% of
the world's food.
Yes, it depends on the bees.
Yes.
For pollination and stuff.
Yes.
How important are bees in the conservation of our environment and also in the biodiversity?
Bees, all I can say is bees are everything.
Wow.
We started the conversation with, if we didn't have bees,
we wouldn't live for
we would not live longer than 4 years, because we would actually run out of food. So for conservation, biodiversity, we need bees, and for the bees to thrive, we need trees. So trees should be planted. We should be very intentional about beekeeping, because without bees, we will cease to exist.
Okay, let's talk about the beehives. Is there a given quality of beehives that you have to do beekeeping that I must have?
So for the hives, it's really dependent on what you're looking for. As somebody who is invested in the entire beekeeping value chain, and with the little money for starting, I'd recommend the KTB, because that is the Kenyan top bar. Out of the KTB, you're going to get honey, you're going to get beeswax as well.
Yeah.
All of these combined, these are actually 2 revenue streams for you, the beekeeper.
Wow.
If you use a hive like Langstroth, number one, it is very expensive. A Langstroth costs about 250,000.
Wow.
For a startup, most people don't have that money, and yet out of 250,000, you could get at least 3 hives. So I would recommend KTB. Now with the hives, you need protective gear. That is a pair of gumboots, a bee suit, and gloves. You need a smoker, you need a bee brush, and you need a hive tool. Those are the very, very basic starting items that you need. Oh, you also need a bucket for carrying your things, and for some kahani in case it's available.
Amazing.
Yes.
How long does it take if I get my beehives, I've gotten a place to put them, and the bees get in? How long does it take for me to do
provided that all factors are constant and normal? There's a water source, there are enough nectar sources.
Well, talk about that. So when I'm going to get where to put my beehives, I need to consider the nearby water source.
Yes.
Wow.
In the absence of a water source, you can always cut jerry cans and you put small tree branches in the water to give them a standing base.
Wow.
So that they are able to drink the water, but you have to replace the water frequently. Water is very important for the bees. Water, nectar source, very key.
Amazing. So lastly, what message do you have for the young people out there who want to venture into business from the primary but also get into the value addition?
Start with what you have. Start with what you have. Form partnerships. You cannot do this work alone. You achieve more if you work in a group as opposed to working alone. If you're a young person and you have equally motivated young people, start up something.
Yes.
And feel free to contact us. We, as young people, we also want you to develop. So if you contacted us, we would see how to get you kick-started. You could start as primary producers, as you learn about the trade, and you get in there, you join us.
So do you have like a website and learn about beekeeping?
Yes, we're on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter. Our handle is Asali wa Moyo Honey. That is our honey brand.
Asali wa Moyo Honey.
Yes, okay. Asali wa Moyo is sweetheart, loosely translated in Swahili. And we also have Aza Naturals. We are on all those platforms. Aza Naturals on Facebook, Aza Naturals on Instagram, Aza Naturals on Twitter as well.
Amazing. I do believe that you've had it all, and if you want to venture into this kind of business, this is the opportunity for you as a young person. First of all, I want to give you the 6 P's. Sometimes we get excited when we hear about these business ideas, and the next day you just want to get started without doing any research or understanding the business that you're going to put your small money into. First of all, you have to make prior proper planning, which will prevent poor performance. Otherwise, you put in your money and before you know it, you have lost it and you start complaining. These people told me the business works, and stuff. So make sure that you have prepared yourself well, having enough information to be able to do this business. I hope this episode has been able to empower you to understand how you can benefit from this kind of business, and you'll be able to be transformed. Thank you so much for watching this show. My name is Ivan Tumukunde. Reach me out on all my socials. On Twitter, I_Tumukunde. On Facebook, I_Tumukunde. And on Instagram, I_Tumukunde. Thank you so much for watching this show. See you next time.
Youth of Purpose.
Susan, I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?